we hit it off right away and we fell in love, and it was amazing until
till it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so did you guys break up?
We are now, yes, broken up. We are not together.
All right. What kind of work are you in?
I am a middle school teacher.
Okay, and what kind of work are you in?
I'm a mindfulness architect.
What's a mindfulness architect?
What we do is we take elements of hypnotherapy and we use it to be able to help clients get through extreme emotional blocks through either positive affirmations, through audio and visual, and AI, sometimes technologies, anything that we can do to help our clients be able to remove emotional blocks from their lives.
And so do you put out a product or do you put seminar? How is it you do that?
It's traditionally structured very much like life coaching, which is what my background is in originally. It's more person-to-person relationship with the client in terms of being able to help them, again, remove those emotional blocks or identify.
How do you help them to remove emotional blocks by doing what? What is it? What do you bring to the table, I guess is what I'm asking.
As a mindfulness architect, what I do is I specifically focus on sleep affirmations. So we'll take recordings of positive affirmations to play while you are falling to sleep. In between those REM cycles where someone is suggestive to changes in their life.
Wow. So what does it sound like? If I played one of your tapes, what would I hear?
Very soothing noises. We use a lot of complicated technology to be able to create different frequencies that the brain will be able to respond to be able to heal things like past traumas, help process anger management issues, to be able to do all types of wonderful things to the mind.
So specifically, what are the words that I would hear?
May I interrupt?
Hold on. No. Yeah. Go on.
You're safe. You belong here. You are confident. You are strong. You are cared for. You're loved. Just positive affirmations. It's tailored to each client specifically. We try and find out
and
what
here I've been relying on
need.
Ambien and ChatGPT to affirm me. All right. So that's interesting. Okay. So now you were going to interrupt, and what were you going to interrupt with?
I was going to interrupt with my first brink of evidence. You wanted to hear what these recordings sound like, and I have some of these recordings. That's why we are here today.
Okay. Yeah, let's hear it.
So after we broke up, I asked him for some of those affirmations, and I was sent some, and also other things. I was sent a file in evidence here that was quickly erased, but not before I was able to listen to it.
Okay, let's hear the evidence, please.
I miss you so much. When are you coming home? I love you, Jesus. I can't live without you. We will always be together. I'm so sorry. I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. We will always be together.
All right. Well, that certainly put me to sleep. That's your voice.
Yes, ma'am.
You're suing for $10,000 in emotional distress because he used your voice?
Correct.
So who should have access to our minds? Our thoughts shape our beliefs, our emotions, our decisions. It matters because it reveals character. Whether the attempt succeeds is important legally, but ethically, the willingness to manipulate someone for personal gain is concerning in itself. Trust depends on transparency. So if you believe something is genuinely helpful, you shouldn't need to hide it. Once influence becomes secretive, it stops being guidance and starts being manipulation. So, some red flags that can be considered. Doing things behind your back to change your mind. Trying to convince you without giving you a chance to say yes or no. Putting their wants ahead of your ability to make your own decision. Using your trust to try to get the outcome they want. Not respecting your no and looking for another way to get a yes. At the very least, these are behaviors worth thinking about because they raise questions about trust, consent, and respecting another person's decisions. Let's get back.
Did you use her voice?
Yes, but
without your authority is what you're saying?
Correct.
Go ahead. And what were you going to say?
Not anything that I would not have had access to otherwise.
Wait, how did you have her taping things like I Love You, Mason?
We have a shared drive full of voice notes for...
Okay, so it's stuff that she'd already taped for you?
Stuff that has already been taped, either for
what was
her
the
students...
intent? Okay, I Love You, Mason isn't something you'd sell to other people. So what was that? That stuff that you taped for each other?
That's stuff that either came from voicemails or voice notes or memos. Oh. These are things that we've had in a shared drive that I've had access to and that I've restored her access to recently.
Did you guys break up before this?
Yes.
And why did you break up?
We broke up because he became distant and he started caring more about his work than me in our relationship.
Okay. Well, better to find that out now than later.
Yes, ma'am.
So you break up, and after that is when you get these tapes?
Yes.
So you're still talking to each other?
Correct. I reached out after the breakup because, like I said, I do believe in his sleep affirmations. So then he did send me, and I do have a screenshot if you want to look.
Did you tell him you were having trouble sleeping?
I did, yes.
And so he made these, this tape for you, and it's you talking about how much you love him?
Correct. Using splice.
I think he was trying to subliminally, that's what you feel, that he was manipulating.
Correct. Feel that I have been subconsciously controlled and manipulated into moving back in with him.
Okay, so what you prepare for her so she can sleep is, I love you, Mason, we'll always be together. Were you trying to get back with her, obviously?
What I have prepared is this is the third version of one of these sleep affirmation recordings. The original ones had audio that was along the lines of you are safe, you are respected, you're cared for here. This new one was an experimental procedure that I had used with
where you're telling the girl who dumped you because you worked too hard that she actually loves you and that, you know, she wants to be with you forever.
Come
on, dude, just admit it. You wanted to get back together, right?
I am unable to force anyone to do anything.
That's not my question.
Regardless of what I want. I can't force her to move back.
My question is, at the time that you created this, you wanted to get back. Just admit it. You wanted to get back together, right? You kind of wanted to...
Yes,
we all know the answer. You can answer.
As being hurt by that relationship, yes, at that time I would have wanted to get back together. But
why is someone expressing to you that he would love to get back together worth $10,000 in emotional distress? Why don't you just say no, like the rest of us do? Why do you get to sue for $10,000 in emotional distress over someone clearly trying to get back together with you?
Because the $10,000 also stems from the financial loss that I have had, because through the subconscious messages in my sleep, I feel as if I have been manipulated to move back in and to get back together with him.
Did you move back in and get back together with him?
Momentarily, yes.
Oh, you did? Okay, how long did that last?
2 months.
Okay, and then what'd you do?
And then I left again, moved back with my parents, but I quit my job.
And your heart's still ticking, your brain's still working, everything's okay, right?
I'm alive,
Tell me what your emotional distress is then, that I would order him to pay you $10,000 because he tried to persuade you to come back, and you did. Okay.
The emotional distress would be for the years leading up to it, and then the year, but also because I now am out of a job.
Why?
I am going through a lot of mental health crisis that I'm trying to work through, and I think it stems from this relationship and from the manipulation. But I thought you said you were really happy
until he just got really busy at work. He wasn't abusive. He was just busy at work.
It felt like I was being ignored. I felt like I was just this homemaker.
Oh, honey,
he wouldn't eat the food in front of me.
Yeah, I understand that. And you know what the rest of us have to do when that happens? We got to break up, move on, and find someone else to ignore us. You know, that's what the rest of us do. Why would this amount to $10,000 in your pocket? I think you're just upset. You're upset about how the relationship went, and you want to make some kind of point. I don't think that him using some tapes of affirmations you made and you listening to them and then saying, I do want to get back together, and then getting back together and then saying, he's ignoring me again. That's just stuff we all go through when we're trying to find the one. You got to kiss a lot of frogs, no offense, until you get to the prince. It's just how it works, you know? But that doesn't translate to $10,000 in emotional distress. My verdict in this case is for the defendant.
I struggle with this judgment because people get hurt in relationships all the time. That is true. They break up, they move on, and they don't bring it to court. That is a legitimate perspective about what courts are for. But it is different from saying that the emotional harm wasn't real. So maybe not every emotional injury has a legal remedy, but relationships can have real emotional consequences. People can lose confidence, struggle with anxiety, change jobs, or need therapy after a difficult relationship. Healthy relationships should never leave someone questioning their own reality. It should feel safe enough that you can make your own decisions without wondering whether someone is trying to steer them. Real love doesn't need to bypass someone's judgment. It earns their trust. So the moral of the story, just because you can influence someone doesn't mean you should. If someone has to be convinced to love you, you've already lost the relationship. Let's do better by letting people choose you instead of trying to convince them to. Now my final question for you. Did the judge get this case right? Or should the ex-boyfriend have been held accountable? Put your answers in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, follow, and share. And I will see you again soon.